I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be real with you. I've been trolling nowadays. The Nuwaubians, or rather the Sabians, that is. And the reason why I've been trolling is because I've been, trying to figure out, what they're doing, what's their plan right about now. They've been real quiet, this past year. Straight up, in 2021, they were really, really quiet. Normally, they're out and about, doing petitions in order to free their master teacher. They're on Sinetta. They have their own platforms, and like really pushing this thing, far as freeing the master teacher, also known as, their master teacher, also known as Pa Nabad Yanun, Dr.Malachi Z.York, Amanubi Rakbatar, Afruti Atum-Ray, Dr.York, Reverend York, the list goes on. You understand? Chief Black Thunderbird, and they've been seriously relatively quiet. So I trolled a little bit and found out some, little bit of information. Well, the first thing that I found out is that there's a war. There's a war in the camp or their tribe or whatever they want to call it. Organization. I call it a cult. There's a war going on, inside their tribe. And it's obvious. I mean, it's painfully obvious. It's like right in front of your face. You have one part of the cult that's like, I'll say genuine. They're really sincere in what they're doing, and they truly believe that the master teacher is innocent. Their master teacher, that is innocent, and that they're trying their best to get him out. And they've turned Nuwabu, as they call it, into a religion where they really praise this man. And then you have the other side of the party, or camp, or tribe, or whatever you want to call it, that's literally stealing money, that really don't want to see their master teacher out. And in reality, they don't even believe in Dr. Malachi Z.York. They're totally in it for the money. So what they're doing is tricking and misleading, the other half of the tribe, as well as others. Because in reality, they don't want to see, the master teacher out, also their master teacher out, also known as Dr. Malachi Z.York, because it's going to stop their money. They're actually making money while this man is locked up for over 135 years in jail. And it's crazy because I used to be part of the cult, and the same type of war that's going on was going on, shit, I'm not gonna even lie, like damn near 20 years ago. Same type of war. And this is the second thing that I found out. And for real, we was trying to do this damn near 20 years ago. He got locked up in 2003. I think it was May 3rd, May 5th, 2003, or something like that. And I was a Nuwaubian back then. But they're still trying to get him out. And they're still running with this whole narrative that he was born in Ghana, and that, he's a Liberian citizen. They're rolling with the same type of tactics that they've been rolling with, ever since he was locked up. And it's crazy because in 2022, this man has been in jail for damn near 20 years. And y'all still haven't figured this shit out. And what I mean by figured it out is that one man can't solve your problems. Like one monkey doesn't stop the show. And that at the end of the day, if it gets out 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, if he makes it that long, that far, because I mean, let's be real, he's old. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say he makes it that far, right? Is he still gonna have that same type of spunk that he had prior to him being locked up? Is he going to be willing to put his life on the line, as you all will put it, to put his life on the line for us again? Because I know if I was locked up for damn near 20 years, right? I'll be ready to get out of jail and just live my regular life and forget about your Negroes. It's that plain and simple. And then the next thing is, like, what if he doesn't get out? And there's no disrespect to your leader and your tribe. But what if he doesn't get out? What if he dies in jail? What's next for the Nuwaubians or Sabians? Is there going to be someone else that says, hey, you know what? We all know that the master teacher died, but he reincarnated into my body, and now I'm Dr. Malachi Z.York. You don't need to follow me. Like, this rabbit hole can get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, because guess what? Dr. Malachi Z.York taught that he has several different incarnations, or several different beings in him that talk through him. So when he dies, anybody can actually, I can actually say, yo, Dr. Malachi Z.York incarnated in me. And now I'm going to start writing books for you Nuwaubians, and I'm here to save the world, and I'm the master teacher of the universe. And then you all will start following me. The point that I'm trying to make is, like, what's the difference between you and any other damn religion? Seriously. You all are waiting for a savior to come and save you, which makes no sense. All of that effort and time that you putting in trying to free him. First and foremost, I thought that the job was about freeing the hearts and the minds of the people. And now your objective or main goal is more focused on freeing him instead of freeing the hearts and the minds of the people. I just don't get that. But this has turned into a religion where, you need to get the savior out in order to come and save you. And all that energy that you put in and saving him and getting him out can actually be put in something else. And that something, or rather someone else, is you saving yourself. Saving yourself. Straight up. Because at the end of the day, all we have is us. Individuals. And there's no I in team. Let me ask you this question. For real. If it was all about Dwight York, also known as Dr. Malachi Z.York, if it was all about him being the savior and the master teacher, him being from the planet Risk, and him having the barytheric gland, which is, awakens the four highest senses, if I'm not mistaken, the four highest senses being psychometry, telepathy, clairvoyance, and intuition. You know what I'm saying? If he has all of these powers, he could be able to levitate, he could do all of this stuff, teleport and all the rest of this shit, right? I just want to know how, and he's a supreme being. I just want to know how in the world, and he has different beings inside of his body. How in the world does a supreme being, a powerful being like that has over 76 trillion years, get locked up in the first place by mortal human beings? Like, he has one of the four highest senses being the intuition. Shouldn't he have seen that shit coming? Or I say clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, I think, is what you all explain in the holy tablets. Is being able to see clear into the future. So if he has clairvoyance, then he should have been able to see, that they were coming to get him on this date, in this time, and he should have left. He should have fled the country. I just don't understand how a powerful being such as himself would get locked up. But then I understand it, because then once he got locked up, y'all roll with the narrative that, well, at least that's what y'all said he said, that he intentionally got locked up just to see how much we love him. And proving to him how much we love them is us trying to free him, which don't make sense. It just doesn't. And I just don't understand when you all are going to wake up. Because you all told us throughout all these years, all the way from the early 90s, and you all, especially you old school New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying? You remember when Dr. York was when they were Nuwaubians were the Ansar Allah community. You know what I'm saying? On Bushwick Avenue. You remember that. And you remember, if you all are familiar with the doctrine and the information, he was telling us that he was here to free us because we were under, at that time, the spell of Kingu. So we've been under the spell of Kingu for all these years. And now what you fail to realize is that now we're under the spell. I ain't gonna say we. You all are under the spell of Dr. Malachi Z.York. Because now the main focal point is freeing him, and not so much freeing the hearts and the minds of the people. And wasn't that the main goal? The main goal for the organization, at least at one point in time. And I just don't understand it. I just don't. How is freeing a man that's, I think he's in his 70s, freeing a man that's in his 70s in 2022 gonna make a difference? You know that this man is so far away from reality. Like in 2003, that's when he got locked up. May 5th, 2003, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section of this video. In 2003, we didn't have any smartphones. All our phones were dumb. We didn't have social media. We didn't have Instagram. Well, we did have social media. I think it was like blackplanet.com, and what was that other one, the big one? I forgot. Man, Soulja Boy got rich off of that, or came up off of that. I forgot the name of that joint, man. But it was like 2 or 3 social medias. I don't think Facebook wasn't out. Instagram wasn't out. I think YouTube probably wasn't even out. You know, it's a different world we living in right now. A whole different world. And he would have to adjust to that. And this is a different world, and this is a different generation. And he would have to adjust to that generation. He would have to adjust to the generation that's in the now, that's now. And his method or style of teaching had to be different. Like, these kids got mad short attention spans. For real. So these damn lectures that he goes on for 30, an hour and a half, 2 hours long, ain't nobody listening to that shit anymore. And then these guys right here, they can fact check you on the drop of the dime. So when you start kicking that shit about some youth from the planet Risk, and there's other aliens and fucking, monsters, I don't even say monsters, but beings and shit that's in the Earth's core, you know what I'm saying? There's an inner city called Shambhala and Agatar. They can instantly Google that shit to see if it's right or wrong. They can fact check you off the rip. And don't go out and do a lecture. These kids are not stupid. They're gonna ask you questions. Unlike people such as myself, my generation. Why? Because we didn't have Google. We didn't have the internet. So it's very difficult to fact check you. And we were easily tricked and deceived. And we were naive because this is the first time we ever heard about Shambhala and Agatar and Nibiru, the planet-sized ship, and the ancient Sumerians and all the rest of that shit. You know what I'm saying? In order to prove what you were saying was correct, is we would have to go to the library, get a bunch of damn books and shit, read about the ancient Sumerians and all the rest of that shit. And then most of us came from broken homes. We had no father figure in the house. So you were a father figure. You were everything to us. Man, we thought you knew every fucking thing, not knowing that all we had to do was just pick up a couple of books and read the same shit, the same books that you plagiarized. Dr. York, and you're not even a doctor. You just got your GED. The same books that you plagiarized and you know what I'm saying, wrote your own comic books off of that, comic book strips off of that. You know what I'm saying? We could have read those books and became educated. You understand? So it's like, what bugs me out is this generation, they're not going to fall for your bullshit. They're not going to fall for all of the name changes and oh, we going through this school and that school and da-da-da-da-da. You know what this generation is going to say? Yo, listen, no disrespects to you, old head, because that's what they're going to call you. They call me an old head, so they're going to call you a super old head. As a matter of fact, they're going to call you a master old head. Short for master teacher. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be on some shit like, yo, excuse me, Master Old Head, you saying that we had to read or go through these schools and shit. We had to read the Bible when we was a Christian, and we had to go through the school of Christianity, and then after that we had to read the Quran and go through the school of Islam, and then after that we went through Egyptology and the ancient Sumerian texts. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Like, from the first grade to the 5th grade, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like kindergarten and shit like that. And then from kindergarten, from 5th grade to the 8th grade, that's middle school. You know what I'm saying? You graduate from kindergarten, and then you go to middle school, and you graduate from 8th grade, then go into the 9th grade. You graduate from middle school, and then you go to high school, and from 9th grade to 12th grade, you go to high school and you graduate, and then after that you go to college, and then you further your education. You know what I'm saying? It's optional. You know what I'm saying? Based on if you want to, just drop out and just take a trade, or just, entry level job, etc. But if you want to further your education, get a college degree, then you know what I'm saying, you can go to college and you get your college degree and you graduate after that. I'm just asking you this question, like, how many schools do we have to go through, and then within that school do we get a certificate, that states that we're gonna that we graduated from that particular school, like Christianity, and that we don't have to go back to it? Because you know what, Dr. York, we were Christians back in the days, and then in 2007 or 8 or 9 or 10, I think around that time, while you was locked up, we went back to, no, excuse me, let me take that back. Before you got locked up, we went back to the school of Christianity, because you said you saw Jesus in a vision, and Jesus told you to put down Egyptology, put down all of these fucking schools that we went through, and all of the fucking books that we motherfucking bought, and the shit that we, the fucking outfits and shit that we spent money on, and do away with all that shit and become a fucking Christian. So can I get my certificate from graduating from Christianity? So just in case y'all niggas go back to the school of Christianity, I don't have to do it, because I already graduated from that shit. It's all a scam. And it's just the truth. Every school we've been through in that organization, we had to buy the books. We had to look according to that particular school that we were in. You know what I'm saying? So, when we were Moors, we dressed like Moors. When we were in Masonry, I think y'all still got the Blue Lodge and the Red Lodge. We had to get dressed up like that, and all of that shit was for sale. The books were written when we were fucking in Islam. The books were written when we were in Christianity. What I mean by books were written, meaning that it catered towards that specific school that we were in. And then this nigga got the nerve, after all these years, then we done bought all these goddamn books. I'm not lying, true story. Right before he got it, taken from the, well, they say kidnapped. Right before he got locked up, he said, after we bought all of those Egyptology books that he wrote, the comic book strips, that is, you know what I'm saying? All of the books in ancient Sumerians, Christianity, 360 questions to ask a Sunni Muslim, and, Man for Planet Risk, all of these damn books. Because, the Nuwaubians pride themselves on, Dr. York writing over 1,000 books. So after we bought over 1,000 books, this nigga got the nerve to say, now I'm a Christian. And to do away with all of the books. Yo, Dr. York, you motherfuckers are all on the number 9. So I'm going to tell you straight up, you owe me $999,000 motherfucking dollars. Because y'all like the number 9, 3 nines, that is. The power of 9. Wasting my time, man. And I'm telling you, you Nuwaubians or Sabians out there, stop wasting your fucking time. Do you know you could be doing a lot more with your time other than being part of a fucking cult? Man, I know some of you motherfucking sports fanatics be pissed off on Sunday when you gotta stand up all day dressed in all black, talking to these motherfucking fools about some shit you don't even fucking know. Your damn self. I know, because I used to be that fucking idiot. Damn, the game is on. The Giants versus the Cowboys. Shit. Oh, man, hell, it's my time to motherfucking talk. Straight up, yo, you could be spending your time on something else. Your future, you could be going to college, all of that shit, rather than being part of that cult, because Dr. York ain't never getting out. Ever. The next time you'll see Dr. York, he'll be in a casket. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just being real. And you could be spending your money on other shit other than buying them comic books. And any other that apparel shit that they... Man, I remember them cheap-ass Ayo fucking them uniforms that was cheap as shit. You had to buy the shoes. Them shits was like $60. Them shits was cheaply made. The whole outfit was cheaply made. It's all a scam, man. And just admit it. That you've been fooled and you've been scammed. And walk away. That's what I did. And I don't have no problem with admitting that I was a fool when I was following him. But now I no longer follow him. And the reason, or the main purpose of me making this video is to let you know that the only person that you need to follow is your own footsteps. That's it. The change, the savior, the person that you need to get you out of whatever type of situation you're in is at the end of your own arm. It's your hands. You got to get yourself out of your situation. You can't trust me. You can't trust Dr. York. You can't trust no one but yourself. And that's the problem with us as human beings. In particular, the Nuwaubians. You think that you're thinking for yourself, but you're really not. You're thinking like how Dr. Malachi Z.York wants you to think. That shit ain't about him, man. It's about the mission. And the mission is to save souls.